Hey, welcome to another stream. I'm joined with Stuntman Mark, and this was a request from Predminator, who's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're doing well, Predminator. And Mark, thank you for taking your time. You're busy scheduled to do this.
Anytime. This is a great time in wrestling, so looking forward to watching it. It's been a while since I've seen this Rumble. Should be a lot of fun.
Now, it was the request was for a watch along on the Rumble match from 2001. It is on YouTube for those who want to follow along. It's under the WWE Vault YouTube channel. Just type in 2001 Royal Rumble match on YouTube. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes, and you'll find it. So for those of you who want to follow along, whether now or after the fact, you can.
Yep.
But hey there, Predminator, Jason Jack, Great Brewer. Hope people are doing well. This will probably be all the turnout it will be, but oh well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably not everybody's cup of tea. Like wrestling, I guess, kind of has its own little niche audience, but glad that the people that did it join in with us are going to watch with us. So it'll be fun to see some comments on this one. So,
yeah.
Oh, and also, again, thanks, Predminator. He says thank you in the chat. You're welcome, ma'am. I mean, anytime I'm free, I'm always willing to jump on whatever commentary or watch along you want to send Matt and me. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Predminator. Do appreciate that. And Moshe Zombie, I don't give a fuck about seeing his heel turn because I don't give a fuck about seeing it. Do not give a shit. Make me less interested in wrestling. It's having John Cena be a focus. So I'll make sure not to watch even more of the stuff I don't watch.
Yeah. It's part of me wants to say it's too little too late, but I mean, if he's going to have his whole last run this year and he wants it to stand out in any sort of way, I mean, it was like the most obvious thing he could do. I mean, what else could he have done? I mean, going to Mania, being in the main event, he's done that. He's won the title there. I mean, he's won the title a million times. But having a heel run again, I mean,
Could just disappeared.
He could have. Or like I was telling Crater on the last stream that I did with him and CK, he could just put people over on his way out, give some people the rub. But instead they're doing this, and I don't mind it. He's here, so it's like, and I want to watch the product. If he's a part of it, and at least they're doing something different. I mean, I think for about 20 years or so, he was a face. So it's an interesting change up. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it, even though I'm not a Cena fan, but
I don't give a fuck. It should have made him a missing persons in real life. Fuck John Cena. Never liked the motherfucker. I think he sucks ass as a wrestler. He sucks ass as a promo. Sucks ass as an actor, and he sucks ass at sucking ass. Fuck John Cena. Piece of shit. He's one of the reasons I stopped watching wrestling back in the day. Just like, this is the motherfucker.
Yeah, I could
charisma of a vacuum cleaner.
See it. I could see it, dude. Like if it wasn't for so many other talented people that were there that I did like, I probably would have at least stopped watching that promotion. But there were so many talented guys there that I liked. So I was like, I'll watch around them. And I did for the most part. So.
I'll pick Repo Man over John Cena. Fuck Cena. I would.
All those bad gimmicks. So many.
John Cena's a walking bad gimmick.
Yeah, I can't lie. His shtick got old really, really quickly. I mean, it's probably not even worth mentioning. Maybe you don't even remember the one match that like I was somewhat impressed by was his first match with Kurt Angle that he had, his debut. He did, I don't think he had a specific gimmick at that point. He was just like a new dude. And I was like, he's not too bad. But then, like, as soon as they started to do the chain gang bullshit, I was like, okay, now he's all gimmick and a lot less of trying to wrestle for real. Like, well, of course, by for real, I mean kayfabe terms, but
He should have been in a real chain gang for arrested for sucking dick.
how'd I know that was coming? But yeah, and then the transition after that to the other version of his character, the Marine thing and all that stuff, I just never got into any of that stuff. And yeah, I always thought he was pretty crappy in the ring.
He'll probably transition real life like Batista did. He'll wear pearl necklaces too, looking like a bitch. Like Batista looks like a bitch. Looks like fucking Barbara Walters or something.
He looks so weird now. Like, it's just, you've been used to seeing Jack Batista for like 20 years. He looks so weird.
Now he looks like Real Housewives. Dresses and pearl necklaces.
It's his new style, man. It's his new gimmick.
Yeah, dressed like Helen Mirren. But yeah, I guess hi to people in the chat. Carta, I saw you in there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, hey there, Jason Jack and a few others. But I guess we get started.
Yeah, I'm paused on 0. So whenever you're.
So am I. So again, for those who want to follow along, it is on the WWE Vault on YouTube. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes. You can follow along. We're paused at the beginning. We'll count down from 3. So it'll be 3, 2, 1, pressing play. We are 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds in. I'm not doing cocaine, although I should maybe with wrestling nowadays. Which I like the older stuff, but I just can't watch wrestling nowadays. I can't. It just none of it interests me nowadays.
I love Finkel, by the way. He was always a fun announcer. But to get back to what you just said, though, is it more so product, like just as a whole, like the way storylines are? Is it wrestlers, or is it just the wrestling style of this day and age? Is it everything?
Just everything. Yeah. Either they're doing 85 moves and don't sell, or most of the people I don't care about. I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't care about fucking But yeah, Jeff Hardy. Who fuck was this guy again?
Is that Bull Buchanan? Looks like it. Yeah. So he's what is it? The right to censor gimmick?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which was a response to like the network. Kind of clever in a roundabout way, but I hate it, right to censor. But I mean, then again, that was kind of the point, like just annoying music, if you could even call it that, for the entrance theme. Stripping every character of a gimmick that you might like Godfather became Goodfather.
You better hold on to Jeff. He's like almost dropped on his fucking head. Just lift him up. And Jeff Hardy's future would be a lot of arrests, drunk driving.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And drunk wrestling.
Yeah, to say the least. Were you a Hardy fan back in the day?
I mean, I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Like I say, it was probably was around this time that I just started watching it less, and then Cena just was so over the edge. I stopped watching ever since. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely talented, Jeff Hardy, more so than his brother.
Oh, okay. Not
Speaking
really
of
a
which,
Matt Hardy fan.
no, he just seemed like a dork. I mean, it says a lot when he couldn't even keep his own girlfriend. Edge stole it.
Yeah.
It's like this, Matt Hardy probably has a limp dick or something.
Jeez.
So Edge had to steal it. Mr. Cope.
Yeah. That's what he is now. He's Cope.
And that broken gimmick that he does nowadays is so fucking stupid to me. So annoying. Yeah. I'm going to be in an ice box, and within a matter of a couple minutes, he just changes to like 10 different characters. He's stuck in ice. It's like, what the fuck is this? Hey there, Wade. Yes, we're watching it on YouTube. We're 4 minutes and 13 seconds in. Jeff and Matt Hardy are wrestling.
Yeah, so far it's only been one elimination, and that was Bull Buchanan.
Which no fucks were given, I'm sure. Just right. Like, who the fuck is Bull Buchanan?
Uh-oh. Almost out. And he's back in. Who's next?
All this time they could be sneak attacked at each other, but no.
No. Farouk. What the hell is that on his arms? It looks stupid. Like, it's like I'll put some tape around the top part of my bicep. Oh,
I thought it was like a little. I thought it was like a little bandana thing or something.
It's stupid, whatever it is. Like,
you really don't like it.
No, if you're ripped enough, you don't need to put something like that on to like accentuate your muscles. The classic setup, twist of fate, and the swanton. Damn, they get rid of Farouk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, who did Ron Simmons piss off during this time? Was he a champion WCW at one point? Ron Simmons?
He was.
So he comes in now. He's like, yeah, just have him thrown out in like 30 seconds because who gives a shit?
Yeah, but to be fair, he did have a pretty good run there for a while. Not necessarily the nation stuff, although
not in this match.
No, not in this match. But the nation stuff, maybe it's kind of meh for me. But the APA was great. I love that. Him and Bradshaw were awesome.
Yeah, but when you see Jeff and Matt, you know that Jeff had more of the it factor.
Yeah, that was always the thing. Like he had
Jesus, I forgot.
The charisma and the risk taking stuff definitely excelled him. Yeah, fucking Drew Carey. What the hell?
What was the story behind him being here?
They just said that like he's gonna have his own pay-per-view, so I guess they're maybe some kind of cross-promotion deal. I don't know.
There was a Drew Carey pay-per-view?
That's what JR just said.
The price is wrong, bitch. I mean, I liked the Drew Carey show back in the day, but there's no reason he should be here. People should have been booing the shit out of him, too. I don't know why they weren't. It's like, throw his ass out.
Yeah. I mean, that would only continue over the years. Like every now and then in a Rumble, you'd have a celebrity in.
Just imagine the wrestler that didn't get on here is like, sorry, dude, you can't be on
Exactly.
Drew Terry as the take two spot.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That was a rough landing for Jeff. Jeff botched that drop kick earlier.
I can't believe people are cheering. You think like people would be like, what the fuck is this stupid shit?
Yeah.
Like they were like when they were booing the Three Stooges.
It's a setup for like a big guy.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know. It's Kane. I
Mm-hmm.
remember this. Yeah, Kane.
Typically, that's what usually happens.
And then he leaves on his own. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I think he tries to bribe him with some money.
Yeah. Which was like, what was the whole fucking point of this?
Right. Just some
Seems like a
publicity.
waste.
You know, McMahon, any publicity is good publicity.
I mean, Jazz, I don't know if I mean, Drew Terry was an actor. His show was a hit. I don't know if I call him a huge star. I mean, fat, maybe that type of huge, but
Yeah, he was Predminator. He was super jacked. I like the mask too, the inverted mask. It's more black than red, which is awesome.
I love how people in the chat are telling me the Oscars as if I give a fuck what's going on with the Oscars. As if I would ever give a fuck about the Oscars. I don't know why you guys give a fuck either.
That's gonna be your next request. You know, watch along for the Oscars.
Well, it's pretty much over now, so oh well, can't do it now.
You could do the replay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Raven.
I didn't even recognize him as Raven.
Yeah. He's fresh out of ECW right here. So I believe in 2000 he was he had gone back to ECW from WCW.
Mm.
So he was promotion hopping a bit this time.
Yeah, and pretty much nothing was done with Raven around this time.
No, yeah, they really didn't do shit with Raven.
Didn't quite get it.
No, definitely didn't.
He's like about 2 inches from the ground. Dead. Now here's the thing. He used a fire extinguisher, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just keep that and hit him with that instead of did the trash can?
Trash cans they're harder. They hurt more.
They're harder than a metal fire extinguisher. Than the tin can looked in trash cans. The little made of aluminum foil.
And that's bullshit because I mean it's like it's no disqualification. Why the fuck would the referee stop any other wrestler from getting in the ring?
Because like now it's official.
That's the thing. He doesn't have to be. Like they've done that in plenty of other matches. Like a guy will get eliminated or he's not in the match at all and he just jumps in and interferes.
Exactly. Hey there, Thanos, Jeremy, and everybody else in the chat. Hello there. Yeah, I remember the thing with Steve-O. It was the Ugandan, not the what was his name? The guy that fought Bobby Lashley in the WrestleMania with Donald Trump.
Oh, Umaga.
Yeah. He was the one who knocked the hell out of Steve-O.
Yeah. Oh, the bowling ball.
All this fucking trash in the ring now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun for people that try to do body slams or stuff, but be landing all this shit.
Right. Where's Head? Al Snow came out without Head. Where's his little head thing? The best theme music.
It's in his
What
pants.
what does everybody want? And the crowd would shout Head.
So it's in his pants. Yeah, I saw the Maven video about the thumbtacks motionless. It was an interesting video. His videos are pretty good, Maven's.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his channel, man. He's got some really cool videos.
He's got.
And,
Yeah, go ahead.
you know, he just covers so many different variety of topics, and I mean, it's all good content. Never seems to run out of topics. What were you going to say about Saturn, though?
He's got like the Surge shorts, the Solar Surge.
Yeah.
He was a big fan of Surge.
You can see him coming a mile away.
It's for when he bicycles at night. Just wears it.
Yeah. I think this may be before. Yeah, this is definitely before he got the mop gimmick.
Mm.
He beat the shit out of that one kid in that match, and then got punished, and that was the storyline. He had to date a mop.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you go into business for yourself. Try to hurt people on purpose in a ring.
But did anyone really give a fuck about Saturn? Barry Saturn?
I like his in-ring work, but as a character and moving up, no, not really. I never thought he would go anywhere, and he didn't anyway. But that's the bullshit of Vince, though. It's like, just fucking suspend the guy or something without pay. Like, why ruin a character on television and put him in a shit gimmick? That just makes the product more shitty, at least in my opinion.
Like, did Perry Saturn have any good feuds or anything?
He had just got there in like 2000. I think it might have been maybe mid 2000 because he came in with Guerrero and Malenko.
Steve
and
Blackman.
Yeah, Blackman's, man, always had some interesting timing with his stuff, but that's another guy like had potential but never quite connected with the crowd. Like, just didn't really go anywhere with his character.
Well, he wasn't really. He had no personality. He didn't do promos. It was just okay to fight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he talked in segments, but yeah, promo wise, he was like, it was like non-existent. Yeah,
it was like Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark came up with the thumbnail, so that was Mark's.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just did that in like a few minutes.
Pearson got shot after stopping a grape from happening, became really fucked up. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. Opioid addiction. Man.
Remember that TV show Sliders? Where
Yeah.
Saturn is like the dimension dominator, like Scott Steiner or something. Scotty Too Hottie.
It's Grandmaster.
Oh, okay. I can't tell the difference between those guys.
It's another guy who's kind of a tragic story. End up unaliving himself.
Because of the damage. I'm just kidding.
Jesus, no, not because
I know.
It's crazy how like so many of these people were so over. The Attitude Era was wild, man. I mean, so many people were fucking over like crazy. And you said earlier that you kind of stopped like or slowed down watching around this time. What was it? Was it like the invasion stuff started after Mania and you weren't really into that, or was it just the product got stale to you?
Yeah, I think after the things started dying down, Steve Austin, he seemed to be dying down, and then I think wasn't it right after this he turned heel?
Yeah, he turns heel in a couple of months after this pay-per-view at WrestleMania 17 against The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that stuff was pretty lame. And then you had more Triple H, which I hate Triple H. Yeah. Never liked him. When did WCW get bought?
March of 2001. Same with ECW. I think it was within the same month.
So it's.
I fucking hate Honky Tonk, man. The worst fucking gimmick ever. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit person too. He's an asshole.
Yeah, I've seen him in shoot interviews. Some of the shit he says is so crazy and off the wall. But yeah, I mean, the heel turn with Austin, it's just nobody wanted to hate him. That's the thing.
Right.
So it was them trying to do something unexpected and get people talking kind of thing. And I hated seeing him as the chicken shit heel. That's what I really disliked. But then again, there were some points where like he would go on these crazy tears, like with when he did get paired with Triple H and they were doing the 2-man power trick thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of awesome stuff that they did at that time. Oh my God. Please fucking eliminate Honky Tonk.
Let's be honest, no one gave a fuck about the Honky Tonk Man. No one cared. No one liked him.
No.
You cannot find one person that says, oh, their favorite was Honky Tonk Man. If they did, they're lying. If you ever meet someone that says Honky Tonk Man is their favorite wrestler, you know either they're on drugs, they're full of shit, or they're on drugs and full of shit. Like no one liked them. His best match is Ultra Warrior, where he got beat in 10 seconds. That's like his best match.
Agreed.
No one gave a flying fuck about this guitar up his ass.
No, here comes the
Croc.
Were you a big Rock guy back then?
Yeah, I liked him during this time. Nowadays, though, like, because I do see clips that pop in my feed, they'll take your soul, and it's like, shut the fuck up.
That might be the unpopular opinion because, like, at this time, I was not a big Rock fan. His entire face run, I wasn't really into. But I could see why he was put over the way he was. Obviously, the look, charisma, promos and stuff. He had that stuff down for sure, but I just wasn't ever a big Rock guy. And honestly, nowadays, I see some of the stuff he's done with the final boss character. I actually prefer that to what he's doing right here as a face.
I like this stuff better. The stuff he's doing now is just.
I think his promos are worse now.
Yes, that's one of the things.
Yeah, but the
It just goes
character
on
work,
and on about nothing.
yeah. See, that's the thing. When you have too much freedom with a guy like this, where he's not a full timer, he's not in there all the time. It's like he became this actor, whether you like him or not as an actor. He's a guy that's trying to act like The Rock, and he's not just naturally being The Rock from day to day like he was back at this time.
Did that say good father?
Yeah, that's
Is
his.
the right to censor?
Yeah, he's the good father. No more of the hose. No more pimping. Oh man.
Bye-bye, Papa Chandro.
Right. It's like 5 seconds.
Maybe if he would, it would have been better if he did come out Papa Chandro. Maybe it would have lasted longer.
Right.
So
I
everybody
100.
else yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, Carter, I agree 100%. Yes. 99 heel Rock was fantastic. That I did love. So I rewatched the Attitude Era several times, and that point where he was heel, he was so good.
I didn't even realize like everyone else was out. Like Steve Blackman and them. I didn't realize they were all out. Who threw them all out?
Kane's cleaning house.
I didn't even fucking realize it. Well, you have those new young upstarts like The Rock and John Cena in WrestleMania. Those new young rookie go-getters for 2025. Cena and The Rock.
That's right.
I hope those young go-getters make it. Be the head of WrestleMania. It's Taz.
It's another guy got misused. They did not know how to book him. Like, come on. He's in there for like 10 seconds. Jeez.
He was a big monster in ECW, and then it's like, nope, he's just a pump bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who he pissed off during this time.
Hollywood Rock. I don't know. Motionless Zombie. I would. It doesn't compare to his 99 heel run, but it just, I don't know. I didn't care much for Hollywood Rock. I could see what they were trying to do with it. It's a decent attempt, I guess, but I wasn't into it all that much.
Who the fuck is that dork in the back with a damn tie? Fucking guy with a, think he's like Michael Douglas from Falling Down with the fucking white shirt tie. Like, sit your ass down, motherfucker. Fucking plant. Just some of those people in that spot, they're fucking plants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you tell me Taz couldn't do like some suplexes or something? Like, at least a little bit?
I had seen something about like when he had first got there, I guess some people got in Vince's ear about him, saying he wasn't safe in the ring or something like that. It wasn't okay for him to do his suplexes thing, but it's like that's like his thing. And then they took that away from him. You hardly ever saw him do any suplexes.
Was it JBL?
Mm-hmm.
The other guy known to be a fucking dick.
Yeah, I've heard the stories.
Got knocked out by Joey Styles.
I mean, young Hollywood, I get that. I could see that being a factor for Vince where he's like, well, I'm not going to push this guy that much. He's a new talent. I'll put him in there. It's another body on the roster. But I mean, hell, there's always a way to make shorter guys work. I mean, Mysterio is short and he became a champion. Jericho is short. He became a champion. Guerrero, like there's smaller guys that were in there that's, he's still utilized. I don't know what it was against Taz. I guess it was that thing where, again, somebody got in Vince's ear and was like, oh, he's not safe in the ring.
Because he was a star. He was in a different company who Vince didn't build up.
I'd heard that too. Yeah, he was an ECW guy.
Yeah.
For some reason, Vince is okay with hiring ECW guys, but he doesn't utilize them well. Except maybe Dudley's and RVD.
Yeah.
Those are probably the ones that had the most success.
Prince Albert.
Yep. Named after a fucking piercing.
JBL's lasted longer than Ron Simmons and Taz combined.
Mm-hmm. He's got him on the ropes, though. I did like that move, Predminator. The JBL's clothesline from hell.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Throwing his whole body into it made it look a lot more impactful.
Fuck Albert. Who gives a shit about Albert? Spark plug, Sparky. Not Sparky.
You didn't like hardcore, Holly.
Spark plug.
Yeah.
The other guy was a dick. Everybody hated him because he just died like a wannabe tough, like guy either beating up people on Tough Enough or what was that guy? Rene Dupree. Like he
Yeah.
recently challenged him. I don't know if you saw it, but like recently he challenged him to have a fight, and I think Rene would win with that much. I don't think Sparky has a chance.
No.
He was just like an asshole bully. I'm like, who the fuck remembers Bob Holly as his like some big fucking star? You were a damn Sparky, fucking race car driver, whatever the fuck his gimmick was, and Bob Holly was just like, oh, here's that guy.
Holy shit. Kicked the hell out of Kane right there.
Yeah.
Crash was better. Kane, get back in there. I hated his kicks. Why the fuck does he shake his leg and then kick people? It's so stupid.
R-Truth.
That's right. Ron Keelings.
Which he's a funny guy. It's just he's
Mhm.
been his stuff is funny. I've seen clips of it, but he's just
Yeah.
you can never take him seriously because he's just been committed for so long.
Yeah. And I
Which
think he
yeah,
had
go
that
ahead.
one time where he was serious back in 2011, I believe it was, when they turned him heel for a while. And I enjoyed his work. I thought he was a great convincing heel. Um, they put him against Cena. He had the title match. Of course, Cena won. But I liked his character work was great. I mean, all his facial expressions were awesome. He was pretty convincing. They did some cool stuff with him that year. But after, he just turned back face and he's been a joke ever since.
But here's the thing, like I would actually be interested if you keep him, stupid and funny and like, you're not even in the match. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Like keep him like that, but then he's actually good in the ring. So it's
Hmm.
like you play both sides. It's like no one will take him seriously. People think he's a joke. Then oh my
Hmm.
god, in the ring he's actually able to do stuff and actually able to win. So you get this fun dynamic. Like that lasts at least a little bit. No one's taking him seriously, but he gets in the ring. Is like a switch is turned.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That'd be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Young Hollywood. He had some cool stuff that he did in other promotions. Um, he had the NWA title and his run in TNA. It's just, in WWE, he's a comedy character,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate because there's a lot more to him. But again, they don't do shit with him.
That's what I mean. Like you could keep a comedy character and still keep him, give him a try in the ring. Like I don't know, like I don't want to say like Deadpool, but like just you don't think you don't treat him serious, but then he's in the ring, he's able to do some work, win
Yeah,
some matches.
and he rarely does that. He's mostly like jobber status
Yeah.
with the occasional win here and there.
But I think he could be like an weirdly an underdog in that.
No, yeah, you could. I agree. You could. It could work.
Work better than what they did try to do with Kofi. That didn't buy a second. Because I saw a little bit of that. Like, oh yeah, the
Hated
guy's
it.
no longer Jamaican anymore.
Hate hated his title run.
Can't call it a run. It's the runs, but not a run.
He had that title for 1 second too long. It's just he was
Yeah.
mid card for like a decade, and then one day he's just going to get this push and win the title. Didn't
And yeah,
change his moves up or anything. No new persona, nothing. Just I'm going to
yeah.
keep doing the same thing, and then I'm going to win the title. It's like, really?
They got beat him 1 second.
He did, thank God. I was the only one that was happy about that. Everybody thought it was like a disgrace and like it was bad, but I was like, he should have never had the title to begin with.
Yeah. Was he Stephen or William at this time? Regal.
Oh, William Regal.
Hmm.
Not that Right the Censor really mattered that much, but they kept his name. That's his porn name, Val Venus. So much for the censorship.
Well, yeah, Carter, I'm sure R-Truth made a lot of money, but I think you could have done a lot more. Again, make him an underdog character. You
Yeah.
could keep the laughs and the humor, and even do a little bit of. I'm not saying Deadpool, but just sort of that. He's he's a moron on the outside, but he's kind of like savant in the inside. I think it'd be a very interesting run.
Here comes Test.
Ah, yes. How long was it after this that he passed away?
It's like he had that stint in the relaunch of ECW. I want to say a couple years after that.
Mm.
Jeez, the ring is getting kind of full.
I hate that part in the Royal Rumble when they're by the ropes and it's like they're trying to work this one thing. And it's like, just push them up and over. It's literally like the guy's hanging there, like in the corner, not even grabbing anything. He's just like this. I'm like, you just fucking toss him up. It's like,
yeah.
but I know that's the thing. Is like get to a corner and just try to. I mean, just go in and do some moves. Like you go with body slam, you do like just throwing some moves in there, not just this. Oh, I'm almost over for 5 fucking minutes, and it's like you're barely even trying. And you can tell you're not trying, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, hey there, trader. Hey there, Mark. Another Mark.
Yeah.
Kingpin, hello there.
Yeah, Crater, I'm sure that you're a big fan of this one. This seems to be like the thing. Like everybody likes this one a lot.
Yeah. Here's come the bitch slow. This is when people actually took him seriously. Not, hey, retire. For the last like 10 years of his career. Just retire.
Yeah.
Is the bitch slow?
That's a good question, Carta. But really tough to answer. My first instinct would be to say 97 to 99. But man, those TLC matches, the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian, and there was a lot more talent that came in that I was a big fan of during those years. So but then again, shit, man, you got in 97, you still got Bret Hart doing the Hart Foundation stuff. And so I love all that. So it's hard to say. I guess going to my head, 97, 99.
Yeah, same. And yes, Drew Terry was in it earlier. Yeah, I mean, each of these Royal Rumble matches are still fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I will say the Attitude Era, years ago, I have these DVD-Rs I bought, and I had I rewatched them years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't as good as I remembered. Like, so it's like, unless like Steve Austin or Bret Hart or someone else showed up, there's a lot of filler in there I just didn't give a shit about. So I think it's okay. It's better than today, I'll give you that. But
yeah, which years in particular? Because I
like,
think it picked up like towards like 98, 99, 97. Like, and this might sound contradictory just because I was talking about HBK and Sean and all that stuff. That was cool, but like there was a lot of filler gimmicks in there. Like a lot of guys that shouldn't have been there. Truth Commission, all that kind of stuff. DOA, like. But go
Well,
ahead.
even like 98, 99, again, it was only that intriguing to me when like Steve Austin was on and stuff he was doing with Vince McMahon or Undertaker or The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't give a fuck about Val Venus. I didn't give a fuck about chop your pee or
The big
doing birth to
Valboski.
hands or fucking
He was saved by shrinkage, okay?
Big Boss Man being Hun for some reason and dying, I guess, but not really, or what the fuck.
Yeah, one of my favorite things was the Ministry. Like for a while, Undertaker was just so fucking dark. I loved the character. All the stuff he was doing at that time was really, really amazing. Some of my favorite shit from Taker. But the Ministry it had some jabronis. I mean, I was never a Viscera guy or a fucking Midian, so.
Viscera.
And then they ruined it by making Vince the fucking higher power. That was stupid.
That's funny, emotional, especially the biker Undertaker. Here you go. Didn't bother me. That gimmick didn't bother me. It was something different. He played it well. And yeah, I didn't mind it because I don't know.
He had some great matches around this time as under the gimmick. I'm not a big fan of American Badass Taker. My thing is like, why the fuck would you still call yourself the Undertaker? You're not the Undertaker. Just be Mark Calloway. What's wrong with that?
Well, Undertakers, they could be bikers too. You don't have to be racist or sexual, whatever the hell it is against Undertakers. They're not one dimensional. Maybe you see that many dead bodies, you want to go for a ride on a bike.
No, it's
yeah.
Well,
you just want to watch dead bodies all day. They
yes.
can't ride on motorcycles either.
Yes, I want him to cut his wrist open and feed people his blood as Taker.
A doctor can't be a biker. So if he's a doctor or fucking surgeon, gas station attendant, he can't be a biker. Come on.
No, I thought it sucked.
You hate bikes, I guess.
It's
just Mark hates bikers. Mark thinks if you're a biker, you're a pussy. Thank you, Mark. What Hell in a Cell match do y'all enjoy more? The Undertaker versus Shawn, Bad Blood, or the Undertaker versus Mankind, King of the Ring? Was King of the Ring, is that the infamous one where Mankind?
Yeah, where he gets thrown off the top, yeah.
I gotta go with that one just for the sheer insanity of it. I mean, I feel bad for what he went through, but I think just for how memorable it is, how it is a part of not just wrestling, but even part of pop culture history, just that alone, I have to give it to that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they upped the stakes on that one a lot by starting the match on the top of the cell, doing a lot of insane spots. I mean, as a more of a pure like wrestling match and story building and character work, I'd probably give it to the Shawn Michaels one. So that was the debut of Kane. And you take those high spots out of Mick falling off the cell, not to diminish it because it's amazing, it's iconic. We'll always talk about it, but you take that stuff out, like the match it's fine. Like it's not as memorable, I don't think.
And yeah, Crater, my favorite Royal Rumble is 1992 as well.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You always wonder if there's no DQ, why don't you go in with a stun gun or something? Just a dart gun. Just shoot someone with a dart gun, throw them over. It'd still be legal.
Yeah. Like what was it? Scott Hall with the taser,
Yeah.
tasing Goldberg.
God, Triple H, Nipple H, Preparation H, with his big fucking nose. He's the game. He always toast the same.
He brought up Crater brought up this match. Are you a fan? This one?
Uh,
I like that match a lot. I would agree with you, Crater. It is a really good
I don't
match.
remember that one. I don't know if I saw that one.
That was at the year before. That was Rumble 2000, I believe.
I mean, some of those I probably haven't seen in forever. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good Hell in a Cell match. And honestly, from top to bottom, I might say that the Royal Rumble 2000 was the better pay-per-view. I love that tag team table match between the Dudleys and the Hardys that year.
That's also the other Royal Rumbles. Very, very rarely will be like someone in the first 10 possibly be the winner. Like, it's usually like they came in at number 30 or number 27. It's like,
Right,
oh,
yeah.
the guy will win.
Yeah.
Fuck Triple H. Steroid abusing fuck. Hasn't been big enough to fit up his ass.
I always liked Triple H.
Fuck Triple H.
You more of a fan of the one Billy Gunn right here?
No.
So much has happened. Like the announce table spot, the eliminations. It's just been, this match has just been nonstop. It's been flowing. Doesn't even seem like we've been watching this for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
See, The Rock's overselling. It's just stupid. I hate when he takes the stunner. It looks ridiculous.
That's classic.
Doing 20 cartwheels around the ring. No, it's not. I mean, I laugh at it because it's ridiculous, but that's about it.
Fuck Billy and Chuck. Well, they probably fucked each other, so I shouldn't say it.
What about Rico? You didn't like Rico?
Fuck Rico Suave. Never liked the song.
Jeez, Haku comes in. Goes after the two biggest guys. Gotta respect it.
Better be careful of those pillow pants. He's going to trip over himself.
Yeah, he's got the hammer pants on.
It's almost like a dress.
Yeah, it is.
You're barely kicking those things.
He's a bloody mess on the outside.
Might be thinking about when he'll next beat his wife. I'm sorry, folks. That's the truth. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler, but that's can't lie about the truth. Hey there, Adam. Hope everyone's doing well in Chicago. Yeah, Haku has all sorts of stories about how you don't mess with a guy. Most people say he's the toughest guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, this is on the WWE Vault on YouTube, Adam. It's 52 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes left, looks like. Or a little over 10 minutes.
Where did Steve Austin go? Is he too busy beating up Deborah again?
No, he's a bloody mess on the
I
outside.
know.
He's just, which I didn't remember that part of the match. So, oh, here he comes.
Is Rikishi doing this for The Rock?
He is. He's a bad man.
This is the way he's selling it. Like, those are bad kicks. It's like in the corner. Like Steve was just like, this is like him. Like it's just like, is that a tick or a massage?
Right. Interesting question, Crater. But the only issue, and I like those guys, but only issue with that faction, who's the mic man? None of those guys are the best promo. It would have been something that would have came and went, even if they had done it. Missed opportunity, yeah, but they would have needed like a manager or something.
Yeah.
Cornette as a mouthpiece would have been cool. I could see that.
Was Cornette even around? Or was he in OVW? Plus,
when did he go to OVW? Wasn't that like early 2000, maybe? Somewhere around there, I think.
Plus, he was known as a villainous, so more than likely that would have been a babyface group, and at the time, the audience would not have accepted Cornette as a manager for a babyface group. Nowadays, they would.
But yeah, probably nowadays, yeah, for sure.
Not back then. He should sit on his face for fucking Red One and all these other shitty films he's done lately. Rock deserves someone to sit on his face. for all the shitty movies you give us, you deserve some shit stains on your nose. Rock. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was in OVW, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because like, oh man, there goes Rikishi. He's out. You can't eliminate your bloodline. But yeah, he was doing the promos on Raw, or I guess what they called shoot promos, shoot style promos in '97. Those are so good. Love those.
Yeah, you realize Steve really hasn't done much in this match so far. There you go. Do one guy out.
Yeah. I think it's going to be down to him and Kane, I believe.
No, I didn't watch OVW. I know of it, but I didn't watch it.
I have, yeah. OVW. Then I kind of got out of it for a while there, and then started watching a lot of the FCW stuff. I enjoyed all the early Bray Wyatt stuff. That was really cool when they got him down there and he's cutting the promos with, who was it, Eli Cottonwood, and it was cool. I like the FCW stuff. And then the early NXT era was really good too.
And yet you would see in these instances that even if they're both faces, they would still boo Rock more than Austin.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Chikara? I don't know what Chikara is. What the hell's Chikara?
Oh, the promotion, Chikara.
No.
Wasn't that like Crater? Was that like comedy? What was that? The comedy? Didn't they do a lot of comedy stuff? Is that promotion? Or am I thinking of a different one?
What is that, wrestling in India or something?
Crater says yes. Loved it. Yeah,
Chikara?
I've seen some of it. Like I never stayed with it. I mean, you see the stuff online and people put it over on like wrestling forums and stuff and
What, they're
watch a
dressed up
little
like
bit of it.
fucking Godzilla or something? Godzilla wrestling King Kong or something?
Dragons and shit. Yeah, it was pretty wacky stuff.
Does Godzilla do a DDT on King Kong?
I'm sure he did.
Or like the movie does the flying drop kick.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's Rock and Austin.
No, he went through the middle. Not
Oh,
over the top.
okay. Gotcha.
That's crazy. Like he's in the final three. That just shows where like
Oh yeah.
Kane was at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was better with the mask on. With Kane, sure.
Yeah, I agree. It kept enough of the mystique for me to go with it. But yeah, once it came off, initially he was booked because like they had the towel on his head and he had the chains and he's escorted to the ring with the police and all that. Like I appreciate the effort of them trying to make him even more like, oh, he's this insane, he's got to come down with these guys. I didn't mind that, but like that quickly left and he just over time went more and more downhill as a character to me.
There's a guy named CP Monk who was a chipmunk costume and dressed as CM Punk. The fuck?
Yeah, I know about that. Oh, he's a bloody mess. He's got the crimson mask.
Who is the champion at this moment?
You talking about you
Right,
talking about
like
Crater or me?
yeah, either. Like at this moment, who's champion?
I want to say, was it Kurt Angle still?
Kurt Angle. Okay.
I think it was Kurt Angle.
Mm.
Oh, Carter said it. Kurt Angle.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, because it was he defended the title before this. It was Kurt versus Triple H.
Because isn't it a few months later, Steve and Rock for the title in WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was.
So who did Kurt lose to?
He would have lost it. I think it's at No Way Out to The Rock.
Mm.
Rock beats him at the next pay-per-view.
No, okay.
Man, the commentary is so good. I was always a big fan of JR and King.
Yeah, I like JR. I never gave a shit about Jerry the King. I thought he was annoying as fuck. But I like JR. I wish Jerry the King would shut the fuck up all the time. Just let JR talk.
Honestly, my absolute favorite was JR and Paul Heyman.
Mine was Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, okay. There you go. Austin
And
has won it.
yeah. But yeah, Bobby and Gorilla Monsoon were my favorites.
Nice. Yeah, I love me some Joey Styles too.
It's just that if you don't turn him heel a few months later,
Mm-hmm.
it would work better in the story if he lost this and thus feel the desperation to selling out. Just like he lost the Royal Rumble, but then somehow, with however you could do it, just a chance at WrestleMania, and he's desperate. And he lost to The Rock once before, or whatever it could be the case. So now, I don't know, make you seem more desperate to sell his soul to McMahon to win.
Yeah, but I see them doing the whole thing like at the end of the match and like it being this big shock and surprise to people. I know I was surprised by it happening at the time
It
because
was
I
a
just
dog shit choice.
yeah,
It was a
but I still
stupid
love
choice.
that match though. It's still a great match regardless of his turn.
I don't like the match because I don't like the ending. I think the ending just ruins it for me. Because I don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how his character is throughout all these times. I just don't buy. I think like a lot of people, it's like, okay, yep, this is just fake ass bullshit. It was always fake, but like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this is just stupid story. That's like, no, Austin would not do this with all the shit he's done. So it just takes me out of it, and I'm like, nah, fuck this match.
I
It
was
wasn't before,
all
yeah.
I was all in because he beat the shit out of the Rock with that chair for like 20 minutes. So I was like, yes, kill him. And I was always more of an Austin guy. So again, for me, I was fine with it. But yeah, his character up until that point, I don't know. People always, put it down and say it was the worst decision ever. And I get that. I get it.
They're right, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. If Kane won, what would you do afterward with it? That's the thing, though.
Even at Kane's like hottest period, which you could argue this was a hot period for him too, but I mean, just the aura around him, and like I think it was '98 when he won the title. It was the first blood match against Austin.
Mm-hmm.
They had their chance then to like run with him, but he was champ for a day, barely a day. It was barely 24 hours, and they took the title away, and he never won the WWF title again. So it's like it's what the worst, title run ever. You can't even call it a title run. So, I mean, I think if they were ever serious about him running as like the guy, it would have been back then. Would I have liked to see him win the Rumble? Yeah, sure. But going off their previous history with him, they were never going to let that happen. I don't know why Vince just didn't see him as like a true main event guy. I don't know. Because it couldn't have been the gimmick. Maybe it was the mask. I don't know. It's like Taker was champion. So I mean, it's not like the dark gimmick doesn't work when he's going to press conferences and all this stuff because like Taker probably did. So
Just he needed to keep him as a dentist.
it's like yank him. So bad.
See, behind the scenes, it was always a yank him. Vince's balls into his mouth. He's not yanked his teeth. That's behind the scenes with Vince and his 18 dildos of only Kane is the actual dildo he uses.
Oh God. Predminator. Yeah. See, my thing is that I fucking hate that championship. That's not the WWE championship. It just, that world heavyweight championship, I don't count that. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have nearly as long of a lineage. It's just a whatever title to me. That's just my opinion, though. I've never been into the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's secondary. Like Cornette says these days about Cody Rhodes being the undisputed champion. And I like Cody, and so does Cornette, but like, you can't really call yourself the undisputed WWE champion because there's another guy in the same promotion with a world championship. So how is it undisputed? Can't you dispute that you're the world champion and not him? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is when I was kind of dying out of wrestling. Then Austin turning heel was even more annoying. Then stupid shit, Booker T losing to Triple H, even though he was saying all this racist shit as the character. That was annoying. And then just, I think Booker T should have won. He should have had a run. But they didn't do that, so fuck Triple H yet again.
See, that's the thing. I don't put that on him because everything bad that happens in the business, I blame on Vince McMahon. He's the final say. Nothing happens without his approval or doesn't happen without his approval or disapproval. So,
I know. I just don't like Triple H, so I blame him just because he sucks.
Yeah, but it's just a cop out. People blame other wrestlers and I'm not saying you're doing that, but mostly online I see that a lot, and they never put the focus on the guy who it should be on. He fucked up so much stuff and missed so many opportunities.
But the way he did the promos was a bit much, and that's on him, Triple H. I think some of those promos are a bit below the fucking bill.
But again, Vince is the guy who approves it. He's the guy telling you what you got to say. It's not like Triple H grabbed the mic and he's like, all right, Vince, this is what I'm going to do tonight. It's like,
well,
no.
He's married to the daughter. I think he could have said something. If any, like, he married the daughter. If he really didn't want to do it, he could have gotten out of it. Or he's like, let me put it a different way. Or I'll say it a different way.
He doesn't seem like that type of guy where he's not going to do what he's told for the most part.
He's a pussy. He's a fucking pussy, in my opinion.
That may be, but I just don't think that he's the type of guy where he's going to, do that.
Because he's a pussy.
I could be wrong, but
because he's a pussy. Because he's a pussy.
Okay.
In my opinion, he's a pussy. Fuck Triple H. Was fucking nose race.
I mean, if you look at all the stuff that's come out, all the racist shit that Vince has done, yeah, it's kind of hard to say like, oh yeah, it's only on that wrestler.
I didn't say it was only.
Yeah, it just I always put all my hate and blame on Vince. He fucked up so much shit. It's all on him, nobody else. Because everybody's told what to do. They don't tell.
Well, then you could say, you know what? I'll go work at McDonald's or something, or if you have a bit more ground, stand your ground and do something about it. But if you want to keep doing it, then that's still your choice. I'm not saying it's an easy choice, but that's still your choice, and
that's very true. That's a good point. Because you could totally just like say, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not you keep your job is going to be up for debate after, I'm sure. But
I mean, whether you like or hate the guy, that's what CM Punk did. Not for the exact reason, to be fair, but he's like, fuck
Yeah.
this, I'm gone in Dubai.
Yeah. Crater do-rag Vince. In hindsight, I look at it and I have to laugh. I probably did at the time, but there was a big part of me that really just hated all of that. I mean, just to take that title and I mean, he was shitting on the title, really, is what it was. It didn't help that, he was doing it at all. Like just the promotion. Well, I guess you could say it's a brand because it wasn't really a separate promotion. It's still under WWE. But yeah, it didn't help things. I don't care for it personally. It's not like I go back and watch that stuff, but it's funny looking back. It's just so over the top. How can you not laugh at that?
Fuck Vince.
That's what I say. I need a T-shirt that says that.
Carter, both were sucked. Like the shot value, they both sucked. The shot value stuff. Both errors sucked. So I say crap on both. Because they're both shit for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to go Attitude Era over pretty much anything. Just because of, like you're saying, like there was a lot worse storylines after that. I see your point, Carter. Yeah, there's so much other shit that's way infinitely fucking worse than anything that was bad as the Attitude Era stuff.
Gave birth to a hand.
Yep, that happened. That happened.
When did the guy fuck the dead body?
I think that would have been Ruthless Aggression Era. That was definitely after the Attitude Era.
Again, I like the Attitude Era. I do think it's overrated, but I do like it. But I do think it's a tad overrated. Because some people make it seem as if every single thing worked in that, and I don't think that's the case.
No,
it was
definitely.
fun. It was a fun era. Better than anything today. I'll give you that. Better than the last 20 years. I'll give you that. But I do think it's a tad overrated as well.
Yeah. Agreed, Crater. Yeah, that's Ezekiel Jackson, man. I haven't thought about that guy in forever. I mean, it's more appreciated now for sure, the promotion, the legacy of the promotion. But that is depressing to think about. That's how it all ended. But then, there's people that don't even count that era at all. Like 2001 was the end of ECW for most.
Carter, I don't even like the Ruthless Aggression because that's when John Cena came in and I maybe quit watching wrestling. I'm like, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
The Hidden Grape. Yeah. What the hell is that segment? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't know who come up with that, but
it's Vince's fantasy.
It probably was.
He wanted to fuck Michael Cole in the ass. Call him Michael Pole. Get into the pole position. That's what Vince wanted with his dildo collection.
It might very well could be.
He wanted to see how to make a Michael Pole dildo, so you go ahead and check them out. Hiding right.
Motionless Zombie. I think it's cool that they're doing that. I could see that happening. Yeah, I think they should. I mean, I always liked stuff like that back in the day.
The tits and ass world title.
Yeah,
I know it's total nonstop action, but That's Vince Russo. Let's be honest. Tits and ass is the reason it was called that.
I think was that Bischoff who said like when he came in, one of his main goals was to change the TNA name because he just that's the first thing he thought of. I think that was him. I mean, not that Impact is all that much better. Like just going only by Impact, but I don't know.
Fucking Vince Russo, man. Do you like Vince Russo?
I don't hate him as much as everybody else does.
Come on, bro. You gotta love him, bro. Come on, bro. I gotta tell you, bro. Those headphones, bro. They make you. You gotta do something more, bro. You gotta like have some big Duckman storyline with it, bro. Come on, bro. Bro.
Fuck. I mean, he's obviously done some shitty stuff in wrestling. I think that's a no-brainer. But some of the stuff that I've seen that he apparently came up with, if you believe it or not, it's okay. Everybody always says Vince was the filter at that time. And you know, they were watching, what was it, Jerry Springer, and they wanted it to be Car Crash TV, and it, you know, you can't not look at it because it's over the top. I mean, he has to be in some small way responsible for the Attitude Era. In some small way.
Yeah.
Mostly it's Vince because and by Vince I mean Vince McMahon, because he's got to give the okay to like go that far.
Yeah.
And they were desperate to win. So, yeah, I mean, don't love him, don't hate him. I don't know. I don't really care about Russo. If that really answers anyone's question. Brothers of Destruction was a great tag team. They definitely were dominating in the division.
Sure.
I'm not sure what more they could have done with them. When I look back on because like they had the 2001 run, like during the invasion thing. I know the DDP and what was it, Canyon stuff. That was interesting. Just the tag matches, not so much the DDP run itself that he had. Like everybody knows that was a disaster. But yeah, I mean, I liked them as a team. I don't know what else they could have done with them though. It's like they dominate. They're tag champs for a long time, but at some point you got to split them up. Like, you know, these are two big stars. They got to work on their own at some point.
They were good, but it made the tag team division boring. Because who's going to beat them? No one came close to beating them unless it was like Steve Austin and The Rock or someone, they were teaming together. Steve Austin, Triple H, but it's like, what other tag teams going to be close to beating them? So where's the competition? But they work well together.
Yeah, I mean, I think they work better as a tag team than against each other. I'm not a big fan of their one-on-one matches for the most part. I think if I'm going to watch Kane Undertaker stuff, it's where they're teaming. Or maybe like if it's a Rumble match like this, they might be, you know, opposing sides, so to speak. So that's fine. You know, I I wouldn't put it past Vince to do that. Did he do it? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I don't think. Vince is maybe smart, but I don't think he's that smart. And I don't think Russo is that gift of an actor to not tell that story. I guess what he means, like Russo knew Vince McMahon wanted him, like they were working together, or
Yeah. I mean, the theory was always that Vince sent Russo to WCW to kill the company off for good. I don't think it was ever any turning that company around, regardless. So
no, because he would have said it by now. He would, with how much
yeah,
he gets pissed about Vince, and he would have admitted that
mm-hmm.
right then and there. Like for years, he would have admitted it.
Yeah,
He did this. He sent me this. He did this, but he didn't.
yeah. I just recently was listening to Bischoff talk about the Russo run, and I consider Bischoff to be somewhat intuitive in the way that he reads people, and I think he would have seen all that. Like if that was actually going on, where McMahon's like sort of feeding him, like, "Hey, do this and do that, and fuck this company up." I think Bischoff would have caught on to it because Russo didn't run the company too long by himself. He pretty much almost right away, it seemed like Bischoff came right back to run it with Russo. So no, I don't think there's any truth to that. And like I said, it was no coming back by that point. WCW was already pretty much done. WWF at the time was just doing so much right, and they had so much momentum, and WCW had lost so many fans. So yeah, I think it was dead regardless. He didn't need to send Russo there to do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I think now that one does get some praise more. I think for a while there it was somewhat unnoticed. Yeah, but that's a good one. I like me some Backlash.
Mm. Most underrated Attitude Era heel.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was trying to think.
Not Sparky Blood. Yeah, Premier. The request was fun. It was something different. Yeah, went by very quick. Thank you, Premier. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to do.
Oh yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, I had a good time. I don't know. That's a tough question, Grader. I really don't know. Most underrated. I remember when they turned Al Snow heel. I think he got like a main event match on like a SmackDown or something where he faced The Rock. I do remember that. Didn't go anywhere, really, but
maybe
yeah.
maybe practice.
Brackets. That was a great transition. You guys are saying Boss Man. I mean, he was pretty badass. That's the best. I mean, going from the street cop or whatever to a SWAT guy, I was like that. Ray Traylor, man, he had some good matches. I didn't care for his debut match though when he came back, and he faced was it Mick Foley when he came back? And that was the first match. I don't know. I know he did win the hardcore title from Mankind after Vince gave it to him. The first title defense. Boss Man won the hardcore title.
Oh, Trader, I hated that shit. That stuff was so stupid to me. The stuff you're mentioning, I'm like, Give me a fucking break.
I'll still eating his dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this shit? This ain't wrestling. What is this stupid shit? Same with the coffin thing. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what is this stupid shit? I hated that shit, man. It was so fucking dumb to me. I'm like, this is goofy. He didn't feed no one their fucking dog. What the fuck? That's literally illegal. It's like, what's next? I kidnapped your kid. I crucified your goldfish. I hire someone to fuck your dog. What's next? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean that stuff makes me laugh. It's pretty silly, but I get a kick out of it.
I just remember watching. This is fucking stupid. I went and watched something else.
You is it so for you? It's not like it's offensive. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
that's not why I watch wrestling though, Crater. I watch it because back in the day, it was like, oh, there's Roddy Piper doing cool promos, or there's Bret Hart in cool matches, and Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, or Bret
Mm.
Hart versus Roddy Piper, or the simple but over the top Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, and it was the appearance of a fight, Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat. That's those promos. Macho Man being pissed at Hulk Hogan and the other stuff.
Yes, Carter. I remember that. It's fucking great. Oh man. Yeah, that's the good old days.
Like the stuff with Steve Austin and Vince, that stuff was fun, but it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. He took Linda McMahon and I don't know, put a bag over her head or something.
So you checked out, you said 2001.
It was starting to get there. Yeah.
When did you completely stop watching? I know you said Cena was like the main catalyst for it, but
Well,
well, go ahead.
it was around that time Austin became heel, and I went, I don't buy this. This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I would pop in just out of curiosity, and then when I saw it was John Cena, I'm like, if this is who they think is worth the shit, then my time, this ain't worth the shit for my time. I just moved on, and maybe I outgrew it. Maybe just I outgrew it. It just wasn't appealing to me anymore. I don't know, the shows were getting longer. Then it
Yeah.
was SmackDown and Raw, and it just I don't know. I would watch it occasionally when I was a kid on VHS tape. Then for a good couple years, I would go between WCW and WWF during the wars. And maybe just that time I was into it for a little bit. I don't want to say like a fad, but and then I just moved on. And yeah, there's stuff I liked about it, but I mean, I would say I was probably an occasional fan, not a hardcore fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that certain amount of years because of Steve Austin, and then Goldberg, like these characters on both sides, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody was into it. So it was like a group collective thing that was part of the big more part of culture. More
Yeah.
people talk about it, more mainstream. And then after that, it just like with a lot of other people, like so many other people had died down and they moved on to different things, whether it be movies for me or just life in general. And you grow older, and
Mm-hmm.
you're at that time, I'm graduating high school, and I'm just more worried more about jobs and life and stuff. And so I'm not even thinking about wrestling. So I just moved on from there and rarely look back, except I like hearing about the history. I like listen to wrestlers talk. I like listen to Jim Cornette a lot, but that's really all I get information from, is watching these guys like Maven or Stevie Richards or Jim Cornette talk about. And that stuff I find much more fascinating than actually watching the shit.
Okay.
And now they do like 85 video game matches, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They kick out of 17 finishes. I'm like, okay. No one sells. They do like 25 power moves and they dip right back up. Like, it's like, okay, well, that didn't matter. And it
Mm-hmm.
just, I'm like, okay, they're just not interesting to me.
I got you. A lot of it stems from so you were saying like roster, the overuse of false finishes, um, no selling, which can be a big issue. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could agree with that on some matches, and um, shit, definitely in AEW, like it's video game match city over there. Uh, I could see your points though. Is there anything that would ever get you to go back, or you don't give a fuck and you're just beyond it? I know you'll watch the older stuff, but
Newer stuff, I just listen to these guys again, like Stevie Richards or Jim
right.
Cornette. I'll just listen to them talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have no desire to watch unless it's like a request or something. But
Yeah, yeah.
other than that, no, I just
Is
have no interest.
do you remember when you started watching?
It was VHS tapes back to the day. It was had some tapes of Hulk Hogan. One on like the Coliseum home videos. So like the best of, not Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. One was like WrestleMania. One was like maybe Survivor Series. One was Hulk Hogan. Few of them. And then my aunt would tape us some of the stuff that had like Razor Ramon, Bret Hart, Repo Man, Berserker. That's where I saw Berserker try to stab Undertaker with the sword.
Yeah. Shit.
And then off and on, and then we got cable around 96. And
Okay.
then I saw a lot more from especially 96 to, I would say, yeah, about 2000, 2001.
Were you more into WCW or WWF?
I only saw WWF at the time
Okay.
until the Attitude Era, and then the war, and then I would go back and forth because they would show WCW would start showing them twice. So you just watch WWF and then you just watch the rerun of WCW afterward.
Yep. I did the same. Yeah. It was, I know I started really, really early watching wrestling and I pretty much never got out of it. It's some of the earliest memories of me watching TV was watching wrestling. Like as like a, I don't even know what age I started watching TV, but whenever I did start watching, some of the first stuff that I did watch was wrestling. So it's been a long time. And it was mostly my grandparents. That was like their thing. And all my relatives were into it too. I mean, my grandfather was so into it. I mean, he took his daughters, which obviously my mother and my aunts, to various shows. And I mean, but I kind of envy that because like they got to see the Four Horsemen in person, and when those guys were doing their thing, and my mom still likes wrestling. She doesn't really like keep up with it, but I mean she still likes the older school stuff, the stuff that she actually went to go see, which is cool. She's always asking about like, hey, is Ric Flair still wrestling? I'm like, no, Mom, like he's he's not wrestling. But she knows who those guys are, which is funny.
Well, Ric Flair is still wrestling. He had a heart attack. He technically is.
He's wrestling with his own body.
He's wrestling with his mind. He's wrestling people at the pizza place. That's where he's wrestling. Yelling, trying to fight people at pizza places.
This was a great show. I think this was super fun, but I'm gonna have to head out.
Yeah.
It's past, it's midnight for me. If this was a Saturday, it would be a different story.
Yeah,
I could talk about wrestling all night, but unfortunately, chat, we gotta go. Thanks for everybody joining in, though. I love the comments. It's been great. And Crater, we got to get you on one of these next time. You too, Card, if you're still in here. That'd be cool.
Sure. Yeah, you do have a four-way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe reaction to some wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if Crater or Tarda does something, invite us on or something.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys have fucking channels. Invite us on something. What the fuck? God damn it! Why do we have to do all the work? Invite us on this. God damn it! What are you waiting for? Chitty chits. But sincerely, thank you, Premier, for the kindness and the request. It was very fast paced, very fun.
Yep.
Thank you, people like Crater, Carda, Greg, Mark, Jeremy, Premier, everyone for joining in. Thanks for watching. Take care. Like Mark said, we gotta head out. Have a good start of your week, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.
See you.